Well, first off, Howie Channey, I can't run, but now you know and start.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Savannah Football Show with Coach Tanner Nelson. The Howie Channey, along with QB1 Randall Cunningham, and of course, Coach Tanner Nelson. Coach Nelson, tough loss this past week against Fife, but I think your team learned a lot from that as well.
Yeah, we didn't play well in the first half, but we tested them a little bit at halftime, and we thought they really responded well in the second half, and really showed they had heart. That's what we was kind of wanting to see, and we thought they'd done a great job in the second half in a couple in a couple areas, and overall the first half we just didn't play well. We didn't tackle well, and really gave them a lot of chances to have success early, and they took advantage of it. That's what we sat here and talked about last week. We have to make them drive the ball, and we can't give them opportunities to have big plays, and that's what they've done. So we just have to be better, and we got to have another good week of practice, get ready for Collinsville. But we're very proud of how they responded after halftime, and we just ran out of time. We got down way too big early to give ourselves a chance in the second half. So just overall, though, we're just proud of how they responded in the second half. Though.
Yeah, absolutely. The first half there was just Fife, big play after big play that they were scoring on and getting the corner. And that's kind of one thing that the defense has gave up some this year is giving up that edge. And I've asked you about it several times. Y'all are working on it, and I'm sure that's something else y'all will be working on again this week.
Yeah, I mean, majority of it Friday was when we were there, we just didn't tackle, and we had a couple of guys there, and then next thing you know, he was just gone, and one of them type of things that we just have to do a better job of getting him on the ground, and hopefully we get to play them guys again down the road, and we just have to just do a better job of getting rally guys, get them to the ball, and get him on the ground, and give ourselves a chance, and that's what we said. We needed a chance in the fourth quarter, and we did give ourselves a chance Friday. So disappointed in that, but we got over that Saturday morning because we had a quick turnaround and get ready for Collinsville. So we that's kind of our main focus going in this week.
Yeah, you played a what someone from Fife that I talked to after the game said that was the first game that they had their team completely healthy all year. So you got the full fledged of a full healthy Fife team, and you know what you're going to get when you play against Fife. They're going to line up and smash mouth you. So did they do anything that you wasn't expecting, or was it just normal Fife stuff?
Normal Five stuff. Like I said, they're very good defensively, and they made plays. And we knew it was gonna be a low scoring game if we had a chance to win. And we thought our defense was very good going in that game, and kind of got exposed in a few positions. So we're having to work this week and clean some of that stuff up, and because Collinsville, they got a very good back who can make plays happen when there's not a play there. So we have to do a very good job of getting hats to the football and being very coachable and being where we're supposed to be and doing all that kind of stuff. Going in this week, but Fife's a very 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 good football team, and uh, didn't play well kind of early in the year just because of injuries and several different things kind of go into why they didn't play well, and had a couple of losses, but overall we just didn't execute when we had chances Friday, and we have to be better, going into this week and going into the future. So, plenty of stuff to clean up, plenty of stuff we have to do to, if we had that chance again, to be able to execute and come away with a win.
Like I said, there's a possibility you could play them again in the future in the playoffs. So that's something that we can look forward to playing them again, and it could be a totally different outcome. I know I'm going to turn it over to Randy because I know he's wanting to talk about the not the future as far as this week with Collinsville coming to town. Randy.
Coach, this week, and maybe I'm just being a fanboy here, but it always seemed like to me that you cut your teeth at Collinsville, and it's got to be a big deal for you to have them coming into your place.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the line this week, and well, we just can't make it about me, or it's got to be about we continue getting these guys ready to go, and because they're going to be ready to go, and we got to be able to go out there and make plays because they're a very good football team, and they got several players who are really good, and they work very hard and coach very good. So it's a tough matchup for us. So we just have to be ready to go come Friday.
You said something was going to be my next question, because we just experienced this at the college level, and I'm a UT grad, and we just had Josh Heupel go back to Oklahoma, and all week he said, "This is not about me. This is not about me." And that was the first words out of your mouth. And I was going to ask you about, how do you make this about the young men, and how do you focus? I mean, this is about them 100%, and they might have a little something extra for you, but it's got to be about them picking up their game from last week.
Right, and that's what it's all about. I mean, our routine stays the same. Nothing. We can't stray too far from it because this is who we are. And that's we still have several guys kind of banged up a little bit who kind of don't know if they're going to play and all that kind of stuff going in Friday. But that's just part of it, and that's just we have to. Like I said, several weeks in a row, we have to have these younger guys ready, and when their number's called, they got to be ready to go. But overall, I mean, you can't make it about me or whoever. This has got to be about the team and getting them focused and ready to go. To them, this is the next game. That's all it is. So that's like I said, it's a quick turnaround after Friday. We we watched that tape and took away stuff we need to take away from it, and it was a quick get film switched and exchange, all that kind of stuff. And we dialed in on Collinsville, and we got to be better than we was last week, and be able to make plays when there's plays to be made. In Collinsville, they do a great job, and they're going to be excited and fired up and all that kind of stuff. Bad taste in their mouth from last week. They played Geraldine, had a tough loss there. So, two teams with a bad taste in their mouth, ready to get back on the winning track. So it's going to be a very good game.
Coach, again, you're kind of leading my questions, so that's I must be getting in a good spot. Then you said a team coming off a loss, bad taste in the mouth. And it just not you lost last week. Across the board, there were some major upsets in every level of football. What does that do to a team after coming off a loss?
Well, I mean, it's either a positive or a negative. Either you take that loss and you build on it, and you get better prepared and work hard, or you just quit and you go do something else, and you lose focus and all that kind of stuff. And I think we've had a very good week so far, and I think these guys are. Like I said, they showed us that they still had a lot of heart, that second half, and that's what we was proud of. And so these guys, they've really came in and worked hard this week, and we're happy for them, and we're proud of what they've overcome since Friday. So we still have a couple of days to get ready for them. They do a lot of great stuff. That's what you talk to Coach Willingham, and he says what some of his trick plays and all that, and he knows what I'm going to do. So it's just one of them type things where he knows some stuff about me, I know stuff about him, and I'm so it's just one of them type things where it's got to be about the players and making sure they're ready and they're able to execute and do all that kind of stuff to really have a chance, it may be another fourth quarter game this week because, they do a lot of great stuff and they coach very well.
Coach, this is about this week and last week, kind of a generic question. The defense, I didn't think watching the film was bad, but it seems like all teams struggle at one game a year. It seems like everybody struggles in tackling. And I think you struggled at tackling last week. What do you do different to try to address that? Is that form, or is that just losing your your train of thought. I mean, I know for me when I got tired, I tackled sloppy. So there's a cause it, I guess.
I mean, I think there's a couple different things going in it, whether it's, you losing focus or whatever. And it was a couple of times last week we were there and we done everything right. And he made a play happen, or he ran somebody over, or, there's some stuff like that. So you can do everything right and still and have something bad happen, or whether you get ran over or something like that. And so there's always that, when you're playing a good football player, and that's just what you expect. That's part of the challenge why you want to play the best, just to kind of see where you're at, and you see, take stuff away from it and build on it for the future. So there's plenty of stuff to take away from Friday's game that we have to continue to build on and be very prepared as we go, because they're gonna it's tough region, tough schedule, and all that kind of stuff that we have to, you got to have a quick turnaround. You got to be ready for the next one. And, they're going to, it's definitely the next one. And, we ain't really talked about Fife anymore, but, we're going to continue to remember kind of what they done and stuff we have to, if we see them guys again, stuff we have to do better next game. But, we're 100% into Collinsville and being prepared, and continue to find ways to attack them. They do coach very good on defense and offense and special teams, and we know them guys. We know how hard they work, and it's definitely something we're excited about. It's a good challenge for us Friday.
Real quick, Howie, and I'll come to you after this question. Coach Pruitt, Coach Benefield get a lot of credit, and deservedly so, won a lot of football games. Someone I think that gets overlooked sometimes is Coach Willingham, and how much success he's had, and what an innovator he's been in the coaching profession. Being on his staff, what imprint did that leave on you over the years, Coach?
Well, he's really showed me you got to be your first one there and the last one to leave type of mindset. There's always stuff nobody sees that you have to do to, continue to improve, and the work that has to be done that, throughout the day. And that's what nobody really sees, whether it's, this or, something you got to go mow, or you got to paint lines, or, you're always having to do something or you're going to be behind. So, offensively and defensively, just, his detail and how hard he works, and, long hours and making sure everything's right. And, he let us coach, that's part of kind of why we're here today, just stuff he done to, really get me ready to take this next step. So, a lot of my success so far, it goes back to him, just, getting me, showing me the right way to do stuff. So, and that, he'll tell you that he had nothing to do with that, but, he really did. So, I like to thank him just for everything he's done for me to this point. And, come Friday, of course we'll shake hands and do all that kind of stuff pre-game. And then at 7:00, we got to be ready to go to war. So, that's kind of where we're at. And, hopefully we come away with a big win.
Howie, Coach Nelson would never take this for an excuse, but I blame myself for the loss last week, because if I was a fan of your school last week, you lost. So every school I rooted for lost. So, Coach Nelson, I'm sorry. I think I was responsible, but we won't talk about it anymore past that. Go ahead, Howie.
Coach Nelson, it's a teacher versus a pupil. How much have you talked to Coach Willingham this week?
We talked some Sunday, and then today, with senior night going on, and I told him he had to be off the field at 6:20, and he wasn't thrilled about that. And I told him I didn't really care that he had to. No, he was just joking around. But overall, we talk, throughout the year, and there's always stuff that comes up where, if I don't know something or you got to ask somebody, he's always there to give advice. So, all that kind of stuff. But overall, it's really now just getting ready for the game, and like I said, we may talk a little bit more, before the game starts. But other than that, it's just really Sylvania versus Collinsville, and ready to trying to get another big region win, and playoff implications for both of us. Here goes a long way, kind of setting up kind of where we're at. If we're at home, we're on the road, and there's plenty of stuff that we have to keep. That's what we tell the players. You can't be worried about all this. We just have to continue to work on and improve and get ready for Friday, and get ready for them. And so that's kind of where we're at. And we just got to just be ready, because I think it's going to be a war come Friday.
So with you being at Collinsville for those years, graduate from Collinsville, most of those kids. Do you think that gives you an advantage as far as knowing those kids real well?
It's a little bit, but overall, I mean, it's a new year, and they're in different positions, and they're a year older and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, them a little bit, but this is our week 7, so they're really, they're kind of different players in some aspects, and we just have to. It goes back to just watching film and seeing what they're good at, and what ways we can do stuff to maybe give ourselves an advantage. But overall, they're going to be ready to go Friday, and like I said, they got that bad taste in their mouth from that loss last week, and they're going to be ready to get in here and try to get a big win Friday.
Coach Willingham brought his 5 offensive starters to media days, and he said that's going to be the strength of his team. And so far, watching the tape and everything, do you agree with him, and how well have they played this year?
Yeah, I mean, they're very good up front. They do some good stuff, and them guys work hard, and they've had to play a little bit when they was a little bit younger. Past really 3 or 4 years, some of them guys have been starting. So they've got a lot of experience, and they play hard, and it's. That's kind of where we like to be. We got a lot of confidence in our guys up front, offense and defensively. So we expect to be a hard physical game, and just really it may come down to that, who can run the ball and who can get a stop late in the fourth quarter. So we have to just really get our guys ready, and make sure that everybody knows what to do, and who to block, and kind of their offensive scheme, knowing they're a lot of power and GT and all that kind of stuff, and they'll fold some, and we just have to be ready to go and ready to get after them, and try to get they got 2 or 3 players in the backfield, not just 5. They got 2 or 3 guys that can run the ball, and quarterback's very explosive. If you give him a hole to hit it, he's going to hit it, and he's gone several times this year. So quarterback, he started since 8th grade. So, he's 10th grader now. So this is really, he's already got 3 years under his belt. So a lot of experience there, and he's going to be ready to go. We got to do some stuff a little bit different, try to throw him off, because, if he's got time to sit in there, and, he can tear a defense apart. So we just have to be ready, and, try to give him some stuff he's uncomfortable with, and hopefully make some plays.
Randy, you got a question?
Yeah, Coach, you talked scheme. Scheme-wise, how different does this team look than Sylvania? I know you were OC there for years, and now you've kind of put your scheme into Sylvania. Does it look different on the field, or does it look the same?
Well, in some ways it's similar. In some ways it's different, just because of that's what you got to run, kind of what your team can do, and personnel, and we've kind of done some heavier type packages, and they're more 3x1 and 2x2, and they'll get empty and try to get their playmakers out of space, and then again they'll still get in some heavy type stuff. So in some ways very similar, in some ways we're different. So that's what they do a great job of trying to get their playmakers the ball, and moving them around, and making us adjust and all that kind of stuff. So it's one of them type games where they're gonna they're going to be able to adjust and make plays happen, and they'll get on us. They'll get on the sideline after a drive and come up with a different way to attack whatever they see. So we just have to be. We just got to continue to, defensively and even offensively, we got to be able to see what we can do and see, and when they adjust, we got to adjust, and maybe one of them back and forth games, with two good coaching staffs, being able to try to, really draw in the sand, draw in the, one of them type of things where you kind of, they kind of know what we're thinking. We kind of know what they're thinking, just being around them guys. So it could easily be one of the top games. So we just have to be very detailed and small detail. You really think about the small details and know what they're doing, and get a lot of tape in and be prepared from that aspect.
So you've mentioned something a little bit earlier. Trick plays. Do you think we're going to see some trick plays out of both teams come Friday night?
Well, you never know. Once again, if they see somebody who they think they can expose or attack, they're going to definitely do something. Coach Willingham and Coach Tidmore, they did a great job, coaching them guys, and both them coached me. So, they're going to, they work very hard, and I'm sure they've spent all weekend and up to now working on some stuff where they can attack, and we've always had a trick player too ready to go. So they're definitely working on something to give us some trouble, and we just have to be very coachable and stay with our rules and what we're supposed to be doing, whatever coverage that we're in, or so. Just be detailed and know where we're at and know who we're guarding, and continue to pick up stuff leading up to Friday. So we'll continue to work all the way up to really hazing the barn now, but we just got to continue to clean stuff up and see if we can't pick up something between now and Friday.
You said they had some good players. Is there a couple that you could spotlight or key for us fans to kind of keep an eye on for Collinsville?
Well, yeah, number 10, their quarterback, Mason McAteer, he does a very good job for them, in the backfield, and he can run and pass. He's hard to defend because you just can't key in on, we're going to stop the pass or we're going to stop the run because he can hurt you. The opposite of it. So we have to do a good job of being where we're supposed to be. And if he tries to run, we got to have guys swarming to the ball, or he's dropping back. We have to play where we're supposed to be and make sure we're playing good coverage and all that kind of stuff. So he's very we just got to be very coachable and be able to make sure that we can't let him get out of the pocket or just able to sit in the pocket too long. Because, like I said, if he can sit in the pocket and we give him plenty of time, he'll tear us apart back there. So, really, we got to get after him and make any quarterback. You got to make him uncomfortable. So we have to do some stuff to try to make him uncomfortable. Quintavious Rogers, number 5, very good football player. They're going to try to move him around. He'll probably start in the backfield, and very fast, explosive. If open hole and he's gone, you're not going to catch him. He's open hole, and if we're not there, then it's 7-0. It could be that quick. So we just have to keep him kind of contained and not let him get outside, and just wherever he's at, we have to, be ready to try to force him back in and try to get numbers to him. And Gavin Lane, number 1, outside receiver. He's their deep threat, and they're gonna take a couple of chances. They're gonna try to see kind of what our DB's like. They're not afraid to throw 2 or 3 just to pick on somebody. So he does a great job, and strong hands, physical, and all that kind of stuff. So, the number 2, Kyler Bean, he does a lot of different stuff. They move him around. Very good pass catcher, runs the ball hard, hard-nosed football player. So and they got several guys that can play, and it's one of them type games where we have to be where we're at and line up, and just kind of we can't just allow them to have extend plays, because whenever they extend that play, it's going to end up being a big play for them. Definitely. So we just have to continue to work on what stuff that we have to clean up, and attacking who they are and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a hard game for our defense, just because how many formations and all that kind of stuff they're going to give us, and they're going to move guys around. They're going to give us a lot of different stuff to look at.
So you spoke about their offense side. What about the defense side? Who can we expect? Probably some of the middle linebackers there. Collinsville's always been notorious for having pretty good middle linebackers there, and I'm sure this year is no different.
Yeah, they got several guys they got kind of mixed in right there who do a good job, and they kind of had a little injury earlier in the year, and they're without one of their guys that they had starting. But Freddie Rivera's in there, and he does a great job. He got kind of moved him back from. He was playing some nose and on the line and stuff. That they moved him back. He's got very good instincts and gets to the ball, and he's gonna be able to try to get people lined up. And Sam Stewart in there, big body, plays hard. And kind of your outside type guys. Kyler Bean, I just mentioned, hard nosed football player, and Jeremiah Kean. He's very football smart and all that kind of stuff, and he plays very hard. Their linebacking core it's gonna be very difficult. So we have to, when we get on them, we have to block them, because they're very good. But overall, I mean, they're very sound on defense, and they're kind of where they're supposed to be, and they're going to play hard wherever they're at. So we have to really block them hard and really try to open holes to be able to run through. And you can't get down if you have a bad play, because they do a lot of good stuff.
It's going to be a good game come Friday night. It's for like you said earlier, whether or not play a home game in the playoffs because of the way the region falls. Randy, what you got?
As I understand, Coach, I was going to ask you this, and I know we're in week 7, but win out in the region, you will host, is what I understand. Is that correct?
Well, there's a scenario where win out and we still don't get a home playoff game. So there's always that. So we can't worry about all that. We can only control what we can do, and we just have to continue to improve and continue to get better, and worry about us, and whatever happens, whether we're home or away, we'll go where they tell us to go. So that's our mindset, and just get better every day.
Back to Collinsville real quick. I know you mentioned a couple players that went both ways. Do they play a lot of players both ways, or are they able to play mainly a lot on offense and defense?
Yeah, they got a lot of guys going both ways. Like I said, they've had a couple injuries, a couple of guys who kind of was, they had a good rotation going earlier in the year, and they've had a couple of injuries, and a couple of guys they're having to ask to go more both ways than what they normally do. So it's we're the same way. We've had a couple of guys that we're having to ask go both ways that we didn't really expect to, just because we've got injuries and stuff kind of piling up in a long season, and all that kind of stuff. So but the thing with them, they're going to continue to fight, and all that. So whether they play 130 snaps or they play 50 snaps, whatever that looks like, whoever they have out there, they're gonna continue to play hard, and that just that goes back to coaching, and them guys, they do a great job of having them ready every week.
Savannah-wise, on the injury front, without giving away any details, because I know you want to keep some of that stuff away from Collinsville, or are you pretty much kind of the same as you was this past week, or possibly getting one back or two back?
It's going to still be about similar as last week, and we had a couple of guys kind of get banged up last Friday, and we're still kind of up in the air whether they play or not. So they just been working hard to try to give themselves a chance to play, but we'll kind of see about all that kind of later in the week, and kind of how we continue to recover and all that kind of stuff.
Randy, like you said earlier, it's week 7, but it's actually week 8 because of the week 0 crap they got here in Alabama. So if you don't have injuries, you're one of the very few teams that don't have them. Randy, what you got?
No, nothing else. I got nothing, Coach, other than, Coach, thank you for coming on and always sitting here. And every week we get 1,000 or so people that come on and listen to this, and your honesty and your take of the football game is unique, and I just appreciate that you're willing to give us this time every week.
Thank you, and I look forward to it every week, and getting on here and talking to y'all, and trying to give up, really promote Sylvania and trying to give everybody a little bit of what kind of goes on every week. So we're just happy to get on here, and but we'll try to continue to get more guys on, and as we go out through the season.
We try to give everybody a little behind the scenes stuff because some people probably don't realize that all the stuff that you got to do behind the scenes. Jessica Gant says go rounds, and she says go rounds every week, and we appreciate her watching and liking and following us. But there's a lot of things that goes on behind the scenes that we try to get out there and let everybody realize that it's not just showing up on Friday night and playing a game.
So, like you said, there's a lot of stuff that goes on, and it'd take forever. We just try to explain everything because the only thing that anybody sees is Friday night, whether you win or lose. So nobody really understands the process that goes into that. So that's part of coaching. That's part of what we enjoy, the process of getting the team ready. 7 o'clock, the coaching's really over with at that point. So we just have to continue to work hard as a coach staff to give these guys the best chance to have success every Friday.
So let's talk about Friday night real quick. It's senior night. What's going to happen as far as is the recognition going to be before the game, halftime? What's going to give us a little rundown real quick if you don't care?
It'll be before the game. They'll start about 6:20. And then I think it'll be about 10 minutes. So I think it's going to try to go pretty quick. And we have a lot of seniors, including football and cheer and band. And so, there's a lot of seniors out there. So I don't really know kind of what they have it all planned, and they just kind of told me what to do. And, which is
it's kind of like being at home with your wife, ain't it?
I just, whatever it looks like, I just pass the message along and make sure the guys are where they're supposed to be. So 6:20, and I think it'll take about 10 minutes, and then it'll be just a normal night after that. Kick it off at 7, and just got to go make plays and give ourselves a chance to win.
Coach, I want to give a big shout out to all the fans of Sylvania. They've been with you all year long, even at Plainview when it was a very messy night. I had a big crowd there, a big crowd at Fife this past week. The bleachers was full when you played Whitesburg Christian over at Gurley. You couldn't ask for better fan support, I don't think, Coach.
No, we can't. We're very proud of our fans and the community behind us, and they have these guys' backs every week, and that really helps you out. It gives you a really good, whether you're on the road, and we've had a couple of road games where we kind of had the home field advantage just due to the crowd and noise and all that kind of stuff. So that really helps us out, and we're very happy to see the stands full. And I know the guy, they're really proud when they walk off and they see everybody cheering and all that kind of stuff. So we're happy for them to be supporting us, and we just can't thank them enough for everything they do for our football team.
So show up Friday night, Round Stadium at 6:20 for senior recognition, not only for the football team, but for the, as Coach says, the cheerleaders and for the band. The seniors will be recognized, and be there early, support them, and then expect a good game afterwards at 7 o'clock.
Right. So we're just excited, and we still have work to do, but everybody come out and support us, and we really need all the help we can get. So it's going to be a very, very good game and physical game, and I think everybody will see a lot of players making some big plays. So I think a lot of stuff, top ESPN, top 10, top plays may happen. So there's always that kind of stuff to go on when you play Collinsville and the athletes, and it's one of the top things where it's going to be a hard game, hard physical game, and plays a lot of playmakers for us and them. So we're just excited to play another very good football team. And we're just excited about the next opportunity to get better and continue to improve on our season.
I'm going to put you on the spot with my last question right here, Coach. When it's time for kickoff and you're standing there on the sideline, you look across and you see out your alma mater over there and Coach Willingham and some of those other coaches that coached you. What do you think you're going to feel?
I don't know. It may just be one of them things where until that happens, you don't really know. But I think really it's just we just have to be ready for whatever that next play is, whether we're getting the ball or on defense. We just have to have the guys ready and make sure they know what's going on and be ready to go. But like I said, I think it's just from the aspect of it, I think it has to be another week, and we just have to have the guys ready to go. But like I said, we'll talk a little bit before the game, but they're coming up here expecting to win, and we expect to win. So it's one of them things where at 7:00, it's going to be it's almost 1, 2, 3 go, like Coach William says. So it's one of them things where that's why you play the game, to see who the better team is that night. So there's always that kind of stuff. And like I said earlier, I mean, he knows kind of, because we've had a lot of meeting time and a lot of board time. Stuff I say, I think we could do if I had, with this, and stuff he would do. So there's always that, always that. So maybe he's forgot some stuff. Maybe he's forgot stuff. We'll be able to attack him a little bit this week. So.
Hey, Coach, I don't know what you feel before the game, but after the game, I know it'd be a lot sweeter once you have the W up there to shake his hand. So that's what I want you to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that's the case. And like I said, we still have a lot of stuff that we have to do to get before the end to have that chance, and so we have to be ready and continue to work and continue to improve, and hopefully we have the opportunity to get another big region win and kind of set ourselves up for the playoffs.
I promise not to cheer for you this week. That'll give you a fighting chance.
Thank you.
Randy, you got anything to close us out with?
No, close us out. Let's let Coach go home and see his family.
Coach, thanks for being here with us tonight. Looking forward to the game Friday night. All the Realm supporters come out and support them at 7:00 at Round Field. Actually, come out at 6:20, support the seniors of the football cheerleader.
Some of the seniors on next week if we could.
Yeah, next week is homecoming, so that'd be cool if we get some on there. Yeah, come out 6:20 to support the senior recognition night. Senior night. Yeah, I know. I tried. But come out and support them at 6:20. Then the game starts at 7:00. Coach, you got any shout outs you want to give before we close out?
Just, everybody, like you said, everybody come out and be supportive and make a lot of noise. And we need all that for try to get another big region win. And, we're just excited to have another opportunity to go out and try to win another football game on Friday night.
And I'm sure you want to tell your wife how much she means to you and your little one as well.
Right. Aubrey and Grayson, I spend a lot of time away, and a lot of work goes in, trying to win a football game. So it's hard when you're away as much as, I am, and all these coaches are trying to away from their families also. But it's just one of the things that, we just have to continue to work and continue to improve on stuff to get ready going into Friday. But proud, I know my son, he's now he's excited to come. I wouldn't say excited, but he likes Friday nights and likes seeing stuff and hearing the band and seeing the cheerleaders and all that kind of stuff. So he's getting where he likes coming to football games. So hopefully we have a big crowd and give him something to look forward to.
Absolutely. So for QB1 Randall Cunningham, for Coach Tanner Nelson, thanks for joining us tonight, Coach Nelson, and looking forward to it again next week. I'm the Howie Channey. Good night and God bless everybody.
Go Rams.